What if I told you that one of the top American tennis stars has had coaches approach her behind the scenes, even while they were already working with other WTA players? Today on Net Rush Report, we're diving into Madison Keys' shocking revelations about the murky side of coaching in professional tennis. The world of professional tennis is not just about power serves, blistering forehands, or clutch backhands at Grand Slam finals. Behind the scenes, there's a web of coaching maneuvers, negotiations, and sometimes ethically questionable decisions that fans rarely hear about. And in a recent episode of the Players Box podcast, Madison Keys lifted the curtain on some of these hidden dynamics, offering candid insight into what it's like when coaches try to poach players before the current arrangements have even ended. Keys, joined by fellow Americans Jessica Pegula, Jennifer Brady, and Desiree Crouchick, shared that this part of the tennis calendar, around the U.S. Open, is particularly sensitive. Players are finishing the current season while already thinking about the next one, and coaches are strategizing too. However, sometimes this planning crosses an invisible line. I was like, aren't you actively working with someone else? Keys revealed, describing a situation that many players might find uncomfortable. She explained that she had several encounters with coaches who approached her, offering to collaborate, even when it was clear they were already committed to another WTA player. It happens both ways, Keys said. Some players start exploring options before they're officially done with their coach. And yes, I've had coaches come up to me like, "Are you looking for someone?" And I'm thinking, aren't you actively working with someone else? Keys' revelation highlights a deeper truth about professional tennis. Coaching isn't just about helping a player improve. It's also a competitive marketplace. Agents, managers, and coaches themselves often look ahead, trying to secure future deals or ensure they're aligned with rising stars. Sometimes your team senses that things are ending, Keys explained. Maybe you've said things that imply you won't continue after the US Open or Asia. Then agents start quietly feeling out options so you're not coachless. But not every approach is transparent. Keys admitted that there are definitely coaches who poach, and she described how unsettling it can feel for a player who has no idea it's happening behind their back. In a sport where trust is everything, discovering someone has been trying to lure your coach while you're unaware is far from ideal. Despite the challenges, Keys shared that she prefers a small, tight-knit support circle. Her approach is to keep people around her whom she trusts and feels comfortable with. And for Keys, that circle includes her husband, former ATP player Bjorn Fratangelo. Fratangelo officially became Keys' full-time coach after playing his last match on the tour in August 2023. But the story of how he took on the role is endearing. Keys admitted that her husband was initially nervous about coaching her. He didn't know if he could do it, Keys joked, recalling the early conversations. But once he agreed, the partnership blossomed, and it helped Keys reach new heights in her career. The results speak for themselves. Keys captured the Australian Open title this year, cementing her status as one of the premier talents in women's tennis. And it's clear that having someone she trusts as a coach has played a significant role in her success. During the podcast, Keys also addressed the broader pattern in the WTA. Coaching changes are common at this time of year, but players are often caught off guard by moves that seem morally gray. It's not a good feeling, she said, emphasizing that players should feel empowered and informed about who they're working with, and that any behind-the-scenes negotiations without a player's knowledge can be disorienting. Jessica Pegula, Jennifer Brady, and Desiree Crouchick joined the discussion, agreeing that the off-season planning for players and coaches alike can create tension. It's a unique dynamic in tennis. Unlike team sports, where coaches' moves are often public and structured, in individual sports, the relationships are intensely personal, and trust can make or break a player's season. Keys' honesty about these situations sheds light on a side of tennis that rarely makes headlines. While fans focus on scores, rankings, and highlight reel shots, there's a complex dance happening off-court. Coaches and agents may approach players with tempting offers, trying to secure a rising star or promising athlete before the current season even wraps up. And for players like Keys, navigating this environment requires not only skill on the court, but wisdom and discernment off it. Reflecting on her journey, Keys credits her support system, her husband, trusted coaches, and close team, for helping her stay grounded amid the turbulence. It's a reminder that tennis isn't just about individual talent. It's about the people around you who help you achieve your best, both mentally and physically. Why sharing her experiences? Keys also offers a cautionary tale for younger players entering the professional circuit. She encourages them to be vigilant, to know their worth, and to trust their instincts when someone approaches them behind the scenes. Always stay aware, she said, and always make sure your circle is solid, people you trust and feel comfortable with. Ultimately, Madison Keys' revelations remind us that professional tennis is far more than matches and trophies. It's about relationships, trust, and navigating a competitive ecosystem where coaches, agents, and players all have stakes in the outcome. While the sport dazzles audiences with its intensity and athleticism, the behind-the-scenes reality can be just as dramatic and instructive. For Keys, the combination of personal support and professional focus has paid off. With her husband-turned-coach guiding her, she has reached career milestones and secured one of the most prestigious titles in tennis. And while some coaches may attempt poaching or underhanded approaches, Keys' story shows that maintaining a trusted inner circle is the key to thriving amidst these challenges. Next time you watch Madison Keys dominate a Grand Slam final, remember, behind the ace serves and baseline rallies lies a story of loyalty, trust, and navigating the tricky politics of professional tennis coaching. A world where not everything is visible, but the consequences are very real. That's all for today on Net Rush Report. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Madison Keys' coaching revelations, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more inside stories from the world of tennis.